Good morning. Today we're going to be doing spark plugs on a 2006 Honda VTX 1300. It's the retro model. Not that that makes a difference. These bikes use NGK plugs. There are 4 of them. So with that, I'm going to go through a basic tune-up. So now I have the VTX on the stand. She's straight up. And what the bike was doing, it would spit. We did an oil change. We did an oil filter. We did the air filter. Now what's left is the spark plugs. With that, there's 4 of them on the VTX models. With that, we got to remove this chrome cover. Just get your finger in there. It's grommets. Pull out, pull up, get. There you go. I'm going to put this on a piece of cardboard on the floor. We have our plug here. Be conscious the way you grab these plugs. Grab it by the boot. You got to grab it by the boot. Twist it, and there she goes. Now this is the spark plug tool you have in your tool kit. I find this works the best. I believe this is 16 millimeters. Let's fit it in there. Beautiful. I get a 17 millimeter socket. Be careful and be square on this. Don't pick up an angle. Now what I did, I got a 3/8 hose. I put a few pieces of steel in there so it's straight. It helps because sometimes these are hot. And you see what I'm doing. Now I could just twist this free and don't burn myself on the motor. Like I said, this is the easiest one. The plug looks terrible. It really does. Let's check the gap. It could be that it's overjetted, but you gotta start somewhere. It's set at 30. I'm gonna set it at 33. I got a brand new NGK here. Let's see what they set it from the factory. They got it at 33. The book calls from 31 to 35. I'm gonna keep it at 33. And as you see, I'm screwing it in with that hose. Makes it a lot easier and less chance of breaking a plug. Tighten up. Some people get crazy, torque this, snug it up. You will see there's a washer. This is what seals it. I'll show you a new one. That's what the new one looks like. I hope you can see it. So what you want to do is crush that, and that makes the seal. You'll feel it. Beautiful. You don't got to get crazy with this stuff. Make sure that tip is tight. You will hear this click. If you're not sure, remove it and try it again. You'll feel it, you'll hear it, just be conscious of it. There you go. I don't know if you heard that. Try to put the wire back the way it was. I'm going to put a little dab of grease so these don't give me a big problem or dry out. Nothing serious, just a touch. Now what you're going to do, you can clean this off, and there you go. You want to start off with that one, lining it up. That's your hardest one. Get in there with an angle, you'll feel it, and you'll hear it. And there you go. That easy. All right, that's the front. That's one done. All right, now we're on the rear, on the right side of your bike. Start off over here. Sometimes these can be really dry. And now you gotta slide on an angle and out. And there you go. You see how dirty it is? We'll clean it up. I use 4-0 steel wool. Don't do it by the bike. You don't want the steel wool to get anywhere, but it does a nice job. I'll show you on this one. Now we're back down to that plug. Give it a little twist. And remember how it was set up. Never grab and pull from the wire, from the boot. Any auto parts store, like I said, this one's a little tighter. This is a good tool to have in the toolbox. No damage. You grab it right there, and it comes out. You can see these plugs have been in this bike a long time. With that, slide it in. Okay. Now here's where that hose comes in. All it is a 3/8 automotive fuel hose. Any auto parts store. Makes life easy. Let's check the gap on that. I can tell this cylinder is running better than the front. This is at 30. Okay, this was my front plug, and this is my rear plug. If I was to guess, when they did the plugs on this bike, they only changed the rear on both sides. But we'll see. Let's check the gap. That's beautiful. I didn't gap it, I didn't touch it. 33 is right out of the box. The book calls between 31 and 35, so 33 is a happy in between. Sometimes people don't even realize that these bikes have 4 plugs. You see the way? Nice. You'll feel it sets that washer. Okay. A little dab. A little dab. A little dab. Okay, let's slide this in. Remember how it went. You'll feel it. Beautiful. Now I'm going to go clean this cover. Or I'll just show you guys. All right, this is 4-0 steel wool, and here's the cover. I don't want to do it near the bike because I don't want steel wool to be around my paint. Don't take much. All we want to do is clean it up. Make it look nice. All these little details, they make a difference. I take this spray detailer. Don't rub crazy. While I have it in my hands, why wouldn't I clean it? It makes a big difference. This trim looks nice on a bike when it's nice. If you let it go, it will blister and it ends up looking real shabby. Over here, what you want to do is start with this one. Edge it in there, and there you go. All right, we're on the left side of the bike. Now we got this cover to deal with. Let's take a look. Take it from the back. Get your fingers. I like to just turn it once or twice. This, you can get your finger under there, the seal. Move it to the side. I like using the OEM that comes in your toolkit. And my 17 millimeters, it just works out so nice. Yeah, the plugs are ugly. There's no doubt about it. Plugs are ugly. Always check your gap. Some of them can be off. Like this one. All right. I try to do one thing at a time so I can see what the bike's doing. Because if you take apart everything, you don't know really where your problem was. So I started with the carburetor, cleaned all that up, new battery, cleaned the tank, petcock screen, and she ran beautiful. I figured let's do the plugs now. See if that's a big difference. She was popping. And it could be that pipe. It could be that this bike wasn't driven a lot. It's low miles. It's an 06. Alrighty. Sometimes you gotta take, oh, there you go. I felt that one. That's beautiful. Now let me go clean this cover. All right, now we got this back. Like I said, I use 4-0 steel wool to take all the pitting. It cleans it up. Then I spray it with my polish. Let's focus on these tops. Beautiful. All right, here we go for the front and the last one. Get your finger back here and back there. You see how dirty? The 4-0 steel wool does a nice job. Now plug just like before. Let's just rotate it. Sometimes it comes in real handy. You gotta grab it by the boot. Twist, twist. $8 tool, AutoZone. All right, same thing. This is a lot easier than the Honda Arrow. I bought the spark plugs on eBay, $16. If you guys have any questions, just ask. I'll send you the link for the plugs. You go to the dealer, even auto parts store, they want some money for these. Hopefully by changing the air filter, there'll be more air. These look like they're running rich. All right, let's check this gap. Beautiful, 33. Like I said, you gotta check these plugs. A lot of people, the spark plugs go unchanged for many, many miles. You feel it. You feel that gasket, that metal seat. Beautiful. When these sit a long time with these covers on them, these will dry rot right onto the cover. So I had these off when I redid the carburetors. I knew I'd be doing plugs later. So put that in there, feel for it. There you go. I clean it with this. It's 4-0 steel wool. 4-0 won't scratch glass. People use this to clean their windshields. It's great stuff. 4-0. Can't not be 3-0, 2-0. 4-0. Now let's edge this on there. Okay, I'm gonna use this. All right. I always like to spray it, get my fingerprints off it. All right, let's go to the other side. What that detailer does, puts a little protective coating on it. The more you use it, the better it is. If you have any questions, just ask. All we did was a spark plug replacement on a VTX 1300. This is an 06 retro model. They're all the same. 4 spark plugs, NGK. All right, let's start her up. Make sure everything's all right. Chokes on. Now that sounds great. We got Vance and Hines pipes. It was jetted. The last piece of this puzzle was those spark plugs. When you rev it, you hear no spitting. When it decelerates, you hear no popping. That really did clean up the running of this VTX. If you have any questions, just ask. And if you could, please leave a comment, subscribe, thumbs up, ride safe, and have a great day.